I woke up at 5 a.m. today to an early morning Sean bomb where Jrue Holiday got traded to the Portland Trail Blazers. They traded for him a couple years ago. They facilitated him getting to Boston, and now he's back in Portland. Portland making a win now move. They think that they're young. They think that they can make that leap next year to be one of the top 10 teams in the West to make the play-in. And I don't think they're wrong. I like this trade for them. I'm a big Jrue Holiday fan, and maybe that's why I'm so confused by this trade, is because I love Jrue Holiday. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I value guys who don't need the ball to be effective, that don't need to score to be effective. I value really good defenders, and Jrue Holiday fits that mold. He's one of the best glue guys in the league. This is a guy who he was an all-star previously in his career, and he's tapered down the offensive side of his game as he's aged and kind of molded more into just being a role player, into just being a good glue guy who's going to play hard defense, who's going to make the team work, who's going to make the team fit together. So I love this trade. And on the flip side, I'm just not that high on Anthony Simons. Never been huge on his game. I don't really like undersized two guards who are inefficient scorers, who really that's all they bring to the game. He doesn't bring a lot of playmaking to the game, doesn't bring anything on the defensive side of the ball. But the guy can score. The guy can get buckets. So maybe I'm just too high on Jrue and too low on Anthony Simons. But this trade didn't make a lot of sense to me for Boston. And I know Boston needs to save money. They need to cut the cap a little bit. And that's their motivation for doing it. I'm just shocked that they couldn't get a first-round pick out of Jrue Holiday. And once again, maybe that's just me overvaluing Jrue, liking him a little bit too much. But I look around the league. I look at a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Denver Nuggets, the Detroit Pistons. You know, there's teams that could really use Jrue Holiday and have first-round picks to give up. If I'm the Timberwolves, you know, you got the 17th pick. You couldn't find some way to kind of make that work, make that maneuver. So I don't know. It's an interesting trade. It definitely signals that the Boston Celtics are looking to sell. We'll see if something happens with Porzingis. I don't think anything's going to happen with Jaylen Brown, Sam Hauser. They might be able to make a move there, dump that salary. Derek White's an interesting one because that's got to be their most valuable asset in terms of they could get the most back for him because his contract isn't going to kill any team taking it on. So the Celtics are definitely trying to sell. They're taking this Tatum year to kind of revamp and regroup a little bit. Love this trade for the Blazers. I swear to God, if the Blazers make the playoffs before the Spurs do, my Wemby takes are going to be unbearable. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think about this trade. And do you feel like Boston got enough for Jrue Holiday? Because I don't.